Buying a swimsuit or even wearing a swimsuit can be so daunting if you're a woman. It doesn't matter, or a man. I mean, it just doesn't matter who you are, what you look like. Being basically naked at the beach or the pool in front of a bunch of people, it's just tough sometimes. I have a boutique in Florida. It's what kind of a tourist destination by the beach. We sell mostly swimwear. So for over 10 years, I've been watching women buy swimwear. And I wanted to share with you some mistakes that I see women making sometimes. And hopefully this video will give you some tips before you buy your next bathing suit, or what kind to buy or what not to buy. And I hope this really helps. First mistake is buying a swimsuit for that body that you're going to have in 3 months after you lose the weight, or after you go on the 30-day detox, or whatever the heck it is. Don't do that. Either A, buy the swimsuit that fits your body right now, or B, wait until you've done the thing or the detox or whatever it is you were gonna do, and then buy the swimsuit. I just really don't recommend buying any article of clothing if it doesn't actually fit you the way you want it to right now. This next mistake involves buying swimwear bottoms, and I'm not sure how I'm going to say this, but if you buy full coverage bottoms with the hope that you're covering up your bottom, and so you wanted to make it look smaller or something, I have a suggestion. There are full coverage bottoms which will cover your entire booty. And if you think about it, when you're looking at a full coverage swim bottom, your eye is drawn to the fabric. So your butt can actually appear to look bigger and a little bit flatter. I, again, don't have any problem with big or flat booties. I have both, but here's my suggestion. Try to find a moderate coverage bottom. So if you see, I'm gonna show examples on the screen, but if you get one that just comes up just a teeny bit and shows just a little bit of cheek, it kind of gives your butt some shape. So instead of it just like covering the whole thing, it kind of makes your butt look a little perkier. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, another thing, if you're wearing a tankini or like some kind of really long one and you are legit trying to cover up everything, that is when I do like the full coverage bottoms, because you have a swim top that's hanging over most of your bottom anyway. Does that make sense? The next swimwear mistake of buying, wearing, whatever, is if your bottom that you're wearing is pinching you on the sides, it either does not fit you correctly, or it's made of a really cheap fabric that doesn't have a lot of stretch. And so what they did is they used a big thick elastic in the band, and it's just gonna pinch you no matter what. If you try on a swimsuit and it's pinching you, immediately take it off. Go get another one. There is one out there that will fit you better. The ones that are seamless are always gonna lay a lot nicer on your body. And then of course, if it's too tight, of course, it will pinch as well. This brings me to the next mistake, which is getting fixated on a swimwear style and just deciding that's what you're gonna wear and really not trying out other styles. So I've seen lots of women who probably wore the triangle top in college, or they wore something before they had kids and it always worked, and now they're, it's 10 years later or 2 kids later or something, and they get really upset because that swimsuit just does not look the way they want it to on themselves anymore. Most always, they just need to try a different style. Even the triangle top, there are so many variations of a triangle top. There's ones with more padding, ones with a little bit of push-up, ones with more structure. There's even bra-sized ones. So trying out other styles can really open your eyes to something that you absolutely love on yourself, as opposed to forcing yourself into something that's not really working the way you want it to anymore. If you have a larger cup size, you might want to try something bra-sized, or a crossback top, or something with underwire. Or maybe for the bottoms, instead of a traditional bikini bottom, you need a higher leg or a lower leg, or a high waist bottom or a V bottom. There are so many different swimwear styles now that if you have an open mind when you go swimwear shopping, definitely find a style that you like, and maybe one that you didn't even think of. By the way, I will link some items from my boutique in the description. My website is not up to date at all right now. I have not been able to spend any time on it since having a baby, so I'll link what I can, but I will link it to other sites that if I don't have them online or something. Which brings me to my next mistake, which is not trying on enough swimsuits. If you walk into a shop and you try on one bathing suit and then decide that bathing suits are just not for you, does that make any sense? You need to just go in with an open mind to try on lots of different styles. If you're not loving the swimsuit that you have on your body, you just wanna make sure you try different styles, try other kinds of bathing suits, even ones that you don't really think will work, just give them a shot. Which brings me to my next tip. And I know this is a mom thing to say, but I gotta say it because they really have come a long way. But one pieces and tankinis have come so far. If there are parts of your body that you really don't want to expose at the beach, there are a lot of one pieces that are still very, very cute, very on trend, very fashionable, that might be actually what you're looking for. If I have the guts in a couple days, when I'm editing this video, I will put myself in a bathing suit and let you see what it looks like. I have a one piece I freaking love. I have it in 2 colorways. I love it so much. The next swimwear mistake is to think that buying swimwear or swimwear in general should just be super inexpensive and very cheap, and therefore you only stick to these really cheap swimsuits. Now, can you buy a really well-made, great swimsuit for very cheaply? Of course you can. Even in my boutique, I have some very inexpensive ones that are so freaking cute. They're adorable. If I have some, I'll put them picture up. But if you need any kind of support, or you have a larger chest, or you want tummy control, you may have to look at something that is gonna cost a little bit more money. The ones that are bra sized or have a lot of underwire, a lot of bells and whistles, that increases the price a little bit. Basically buying a bra that's made to go in chemicals and chlorine and hot tubs and the sun and the salt water and stretch and not fall apart and also look cute. So there's a lot of things going on there in that swimsuit. The other thing to think about is how many times you're gonna be wearing this swimsuit. If you're just going on vacation for 1 week out of the year and you're never going to be wearing the swimsuit ever again because you live in Antarctica, you know, maybe you don't want to spend a bunch of money on your swimsuit. But if you are going to wear it a few times, or you want to get a swimsuit that will last you for years and years, kind of going back to that cost per wear, if you missed that part of my video on the fashion mistakes, it's a very good tip to think about. How many times you're going to wear that divided into the price will show you your cost per wear. If you get a really nice swimsuit that's really well made and you take care of it, it should last you for years and years and years, basically until you just do not want to wear that thing anymore. So this brings me to the next mistake, which is not taking care of your swimsuit. No matter if you paid $5 for it or $200 for it, you have to take care of it in order for it to last you a long time. The basic rules for taking care of your swimsuit is if you go into the pool where there's chlorine or hot tubs, or even the beach saltwater, you need to immediately go and shower it off and rinse it out when you get out of those things. Then when you get home, you need to at the very least go and rinse that thing out in cold water and then just press it to dry. You don't need to wring it or anything like that, and lay it flat on a towel. When you need to wash it, don't ever stick it in the washing machine. Don't ever stick it in the dryer. You need to hand wash it with cold water in a bowl, put a little wool light in there, just let it soak for 5 or 10 minutes, and then rinse it and lay it out to dry. This last tip is the most important, but it's to get a swimsuit that you feel amazing in. I know that sounds really boring and you're like, oh, really, that's the last one. If you wear a bathing suit that you feel really good in, you're going to look great. And just know that we all get self-conscious in a bathing suit to a certain extent. I mean, everybody. If you're trying to compare yourself to the photoshopped people on Instagram, they don't even look like that. Have you seen those pictures of like the real picture and then the Photoshop picture? Like they like Photoshop themselves. So you can't compare yourself to those people. So I hope this was helpful. There's so many more things I could talk about here, but I don't even know if you guys are even like this video or what. Let me know what you think. You can give it a thumbs up if you like it, a thumbs down if you don't. You can comment what you think about it. And I hope this was helpful, and I hope you'll have a great spring and summer. And if you're going on vacation somewhere tropical, will you let me know? Let me know where. Let us all know so we can live vicariously through you.